Hi everyone, welcome back. Haven't done a video for a whole week. I was away for the week. Got a video going up tomorrow, and I kind of did I guess it's a sneaky thing. I took the carbs off early because I knew that they'd be bad. And I mean, they were bad and they are bad. They were so bad that I had to Dremel off one, two, three, four of the bolts had to be Dremeled off to get the bowls off. Now what we're looking at is remember 2000 and look at the red in there, 2006 this bike was last on the road. That's what we've taken off. These carbs, there's no way in hell they would run. Absolutely no way in hell they would run. And to an extent, this is a typical example of a bike that is close to being unsavable. I can't do anything with the air fuel screw mixtures. They just don't turn. They're seized. I've used WD-40. I doubt I could get the floats off for a good clean, so we need to hope that this seals properly when we put fuel through, because again, there's no easy way of actually doing this. I will keep caking it in WD-40, these bits. Even the actual jets themselves aren't easily coming out. I've got a couple of the main jets out, but the idle jets not so much. They again, they just want to break. I am going to keep trying though. I do want to get all them jets out and give it a good clean. Needles, I doubt they'll come out. I will give it a quick shot. If not, basically we're just going to clean the best we can with what we've got. We bought a brand new full tin of cleaner, so we'll just keep going, keep blasting it, get it clean from inside out to give this bike its best chance at surviving. At the moment, we just have to hope that all the idle screws are set. They should be, to be fair. This bike apparently ran in 2006. Apparently, we can balance them a bit if needed. There's no issue there. That part's easy. I've freed off the idle, so that's good. That's easy. We can idle it. The choke, I don't know if the choke's free. Is it free? Yeah, the choke's free. That's good news. That's about the only thing that is good news so far on the bike. Now, remember, I'm trying to get Sultan to like the bike, basically. So my aim is to kind of strip it down a bit, get it street fighted, get it started, and we'll see if he kind of falls in love with it. So first part of tomorrow's video, it's going to be a long video. It should be maybe close to an hour long, maybe. But we're taking a bike that has not turned a key since 2006. So it's going to be well worth the watch. Hi everyone, welcome back. Got a big project going on today, the Fazer that you've already seen. I've been working on my Bandit over the last couple of weeks. I basically wanted to use the process I saw on Nat's channel of painting to paint mine black. Now, I messed up on prep. You can see scratches underneath. You can see kind of bad bodywork, but this tank, I mean, without the bad prep, it would look amazing, and it's very close to looking amazing anyway. I could probably put a new layer over it now, and it would look spot on. And that's the 2K top coat, dried for a week, and then polished back. Rear panels, I think, were just gloss black and polished back. So it's a tough process, guys. It's hard work, but It's worth doing. I'll get some stickers on here, back and front, and that should make it a little bit more, you know, reasonable. It will look a bit more normal. I'm going to get a new rear tyre at some point. This tyre's just so slippery, it skids all the time. I think it's just past its sell-by date. And I'll be putting on a smaller tail tidy, and I'll be boosting the rear of the bike by putting on shorter dog bones. What lifts it? Shorter dog bones, I believe, lifts the bike. I also polished the pipes yesterday, and they came out really good. I used polished and I used wet and dry, and gave them a really good cleaning with that process, and they've come out much better than I thought they would, although I should go over it a little bit more. For its next MOT, which is due in September, it definitely needs fork seals done. That's why I've not put on the front mud guard, because the fork seals need to be done, otherwise it leaks and ruins the paintwork, and it just needs a good service. It just needs this year's service, really. But going back to the actual video for today, Sultan is half an hour late, which is so annoying. We started at 11, not like 8, so he should be here on time. I believe Gary's going to join us today. Gary is the guy who we worked on his little Benelli a couple of weeks back. He wants to come and just help out, basically, and at my garage I encourage that. If you want to come and help me out for the day, message me, let me know, and turn up. It's all good for all of us. Extra hands for me, and you guys learn a thing or two. It's also Sultan's birthday today, guys, so do drop him a happy birthday message. He wants to go go-karting, so I may take him go-karting at some point this week. He wants to go today. That may or may not be doable. Right, let's focus on the Fazer. We've ordered and received a new engine side casing. That's great, that's turned up. I loosened all these bolts yesterday, just because I know that everything's seized on this, and yeah, I wanted him to have a chance, so I loosened the bolts for him. But basically he's going to put on the new side, the new casing, and throw in some new oil. We've got brand new oil. We'll drop out any oil that's left. It's going to be disgusting. The tank is wrecked and ruined. The tank's no good at all. We've got new shocks. Now, they are not the best shocks, but they are good in the travel area here, and then they get quite bad up there. We will be changing them and using them and making them as good as possible. Guys, today, this bike, I'd love to hear it, but this is high hopes. This is, you know, massively high hopes on this one. This hasn't been run since 2006, and there's a reason people lie to you, really. And yeah, so the carbs are absolutely caked. They're terrible, actually. They're in bad condition all round. We need to get them cleaned today, which we will do once Sultan's actually here. And then we're not going to throw the tank on. We're going to use the little external tank and try and fire it up. We'll use my Bandit battery to power it up. The battery that came with the bike, I tried to charge just out of curiosity. I doubt it's holding anything at all. I wanted to strip the bike to this stage so that Sultan could see what a kind of street fighter would look like. I wanted to give him that idea. I wanted him to fall in love with the bike if he was going to build it himself. So that's the aim of today. I want Sultan to look at this bike and think, do you know what? Yes, I want to save it and I want to use it and keep it or sell it on. Because he was very quick to go down the money route of breaking it, which would have been fine, but let's give this bike a shot. So everyone, we've got, you know, super busy. Basically at the bottom here where the teardrop frame comes off, there was a hole, a slight hole there, so we've used some JB Weld to patch that up. Now that area, the oil isn't pressurized, the oil trickles around that area, so there's not going to be loads of pressure on that. We just need to make sure it's actually sealed so we're not losing oil all the time. There's no major issue or damage there. Sultan's working on the carbs. Now the carbs are right painted. By the way, Sultan's turned 21 today.
Hello,
he's turned into a Miami mob boss.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanted to go and do go-karting today, and then you wore that.
Yeah.
Well,
Fashion, baby. Fashion.
Okay, so guys, so I dremeled off how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bolts. We now have to work out a way of getting the what's left out. They're absolutely seized. You can't just put grips on, you can't do anything, so we're drilling them out. Our aim is to drill them enough to be able to put new bolts through and tighten them up. That's the plan. So that's what Sultan's doing right now. We have technically cleaned the carbs, but there's no point. Easy. But there's no point having cleaned the carbs if we can't get them sealed. There you go, just take it easy, there's no mad rush. Have you changed the blade?
Blade?
Yeah.
What blade?
It was, you changed the...
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that one? That one's smaller, isn't it?
This one's smaller.
Yeah.
Will smaller be better?
I don't know. Only in your world.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's kind of... We've hit 2 massive snags already. And then, of course, we've got these bent forks. We've got replacements for... But the aim today is to get this thing somehow sealed with oil and somehow powered up and somehow started. Extremely high hopes, guys. Extremely. The bike's absolutely falling apart in front of us. So, let's see if we can get the carbs sealed. I'm sure I can. I've done stuff like that before. And then let's see if we can get it turning over. We spun it by hand, so it's not seized. And then we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, I'm helping someone out with their three-wheeler car bike thing, which I'm not keen on. So guys, we're spending a lot of time on this because it has to be done properly. Sultan's still working on the carbs. That hole in the engine block, tiny hole in the engine block, should be fine and sealed now using that JB Weld. I think it would have been fine anyway, guys. But could have used any little bit of silicone or anything, but we used the right stuff to make sure it's done properly. Sultan's taking forever on the carbs. He's chatting crap to Gary about Jaguars and this and that. And friends normally talk back, Sultan.
Yeah, we're talking about KTMs now.
Oh, you've moved on from Jaguars. I mean, the carbs are no nearer to being done, though, are they? Come on.
Considering how it was before, it was like
just get them back together. Put all the jets back in.
Alright.
That's your next step. They're all clean now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Chuck them all back in.
Sultan here. So what's happening today is, well, he's forgotten about the Veradero. That's something else in its own right. However, what we have done today is he's fixed a 300cc car. Car. Technically, this is registered as a car, as he's fixing a handbrake right there. This part here, that part there, which kind of we both fixed technically. Then afterwards, what yours truly has been doing is rebuilding carbs, which is much harder than you think. And let's go to my nightmare, the Fazer. If anyone doesn't really know what I'm doing with the Fazer, essentially, if you haven't realized by now, the motorcycle, the channel that is you're watching this video is called the Motorcycle Rescuer. And originally, when we literally had to go sit down and write how much we would make if we sold it for parts, which was about 1.2k, 1,290 to be exact. That's minimum if we sold it for the minimum price. So probably more higher, so 1.3, 1.4. However, he convinced me just to make it my bike because if anyone hasn't realised by now, I don't have the Jigsaw, don't have the Bandit. I have no bike, so might as well go on and fix this. So what would be the word to describe it? What troubles we've run into were, there was a hole in the engine, as you can see the oil, which we try to fix that with some JB weld or steel stick, and see if that can seal it up, God willing. Rebuild the carbs. As you can see, the carbs are missing. Another thing is that the tank, we put some vinegar in it because it had lots of rust, and we thought give it a week because he went on holiday and I was doing nothing. Basically we left it to take the rust off. We didn't actually like slosh it around, so when we did slosh it around, rust is like cavities. You let it go too much, it's gonna, well, break the tooth, as in rot it through, and that's what happened to the tank. Actually, as in, there's a big hole in the side of the tank now. So gonna have to buy a new tank. But so far, so it's alright. There's gonna be much more work to do because so far I've got the forks. Gonna put a headlight here and street fire it. New levers and everything right there. I'm gonna change the handlebars because, well, I think 2 bars were bent. That's him revving the engine up. But yeah, handlebars about 20 quid a pop, so just throw them on here just to be on the safe side. Hope it passes the MOT. Originally we were thinking about selling it as a project bike, but so first it was parts, then project bike, and then just make it your bike for Christ's sake. But just see where it goes and everything like that. Like the conditions, it's not that bad when you think about it. Everything honestly needs a fair bit of polishing, but you'll get there eventually. Well, I'll get there eventually, and let's hope to hell I do get there. But so far, it's looking alright to some aspects. If you see a video where it just says where we just stop talking about the Fazer, just know we probably sold it for scrap or parts. But yeah, we're getting it there, tiny bit. But yeah, just see where it goes and everything like that. I think the next project that I'll be looking towards doing will be more of a bob or a calf racer. But everything is alright. One thing that made essentially what made me go like, let me turn this into my bike, was I was stripping it down and then I took off the front fairing, and then I looked at it and I was like, this looks beautiful, I want to make it mine. And then when Charlie done his Fazer Street Fighter video, his one was like an ugly grey, and I was like, I'm not feeling that. But then I saw like on this Fazer that there's a gold on the speedo, the clocks. So I was like picturing it with gold levers and more gold detailing, and gold and black. Can't go wrong, can you?
So guys, we're wrapping up for the day. I don't know what Sultan did on the last video or said. I'm probably going to repeat him. But we are kind of just getting the bike together. We're letting the carbs settle down. We used a bit of sealant silicone on the bowls. The carbs were hard work today, guys, honestly. Getting them off, making sure they were sealed properly at the end, which they still might not be. So at the moment it's busy. And yeah, and then this side casing issue, and then the hole in the engine bit. I say a hole, there's a bit of a hole near where one of the bolts went in, but we've patched that up now, which is all good. And tomorrow afternoon, I would like to throw these carbs back on, throw the new oil in. To be fair, we did drain the old oil. Throw the new oil in and turn this thing over. Something that makes me nervous, there's an alarm on here, a laser line alarm, and we have not got the thing, so I'm really hoping that's not actually connected and we still get spark. Look, that's potentially an immobilizer. So I'm going to be pretty pissed if it has an active alarm and we didn't get the button for it. But let's see. The battery didn't charge at all. It charged to 2 volts max, which is shocking. I don't know. I think tomorrow is going to be about chucking the power on, chucking the oil in, hoping the oil seals it, hoping the carbs sealed himself for long enough just to turn it over. I think if we could hear this bike running tomorrow, even briefly, and maybe slip it into gear, then we can get the front shocks done and then start, you know, looking at it as a proper bike. At the moment, we're not. It's not feeling like a proper bike because everything we come up against battles us massively, and that drags you down basically. So let's see tomorrow. We'll get some power hooked up. Let's see if there's any power at all, and then ideally the carbs go back on. They hold enough fuel just long enough to at least try and kick this thing over, and if we're lucky, it starts. It's Sultan's birthday today. I'm going to tell you again. We're going go-karting, so I think I'm going to take this phone with me. I think we'll end this video with some footage at the go-kart track. He has told me strongly that he'll beat me, but he chats so much crap all the time. I'm actually quite good at go-karting, so he won't beat me. But let's catch his, you know what it'll be? It'll be babbling on when he loses. Well, yeah, I needed to go a shit, or yeah, you know, it'll just be all that. You know, well, I'm not a real driver, am I? So look out for that later, guys. Alright, guys, here we are. We're going go-karting, right? Yeah. It's your birthday. Yeah. And you're going to win, right?
Yeah. Probably hope so, yeah.
He's been so confident for days.
Confidence is key.
So confident for days. And then, how is my engine oil level low? That's weird.
Should we go get it topped up?
I've got some in the boot. I'll chuck some in. But yeah. So you're gonna win, right?
I'm gonna
You've
win.
Never go-karted before.
Like once.
And you don't? No, you haven't. And you don't drive a car.
Well, I know how to drive, just not legally.
Okay. So yeah, no chance.
A manual car as well, not automatic. Automatic, anyone can. It's just the Wii, the Mario Kart. I do, man.
All right. Here it is, guys. Capital Karts, largest indoor track. He's gonna beat me, he said. Sultan needs to do an online test before he's allowed to drive.
Will we be the first or the last?
He's just struggling how to spell his name. It's Sultan. He laughed at me because I said a different real name, a different name. Yeah, he's put a different name on here anyway. Sultan's in there trying to finish his registration. The guys in front have given a fake birth date, and they've been caught out. Sultan's waiting in line. Guys, Sultan, as always, is looking for the toilet, but this is the track. Wow, that's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. What? No, it's right. You're allowed to. They love it when you play with their car without asking. Go get what? You do, yeah, I'll be fine. So I was just perving at this chick here, bouncing around, and Sultan's perving on the children. That was a joke. Sultan can't work out how to put his helmet on.
What is this? What is this? This isn't a bike helmet. This is a go-kart helmet.
You've got a special needs one. Keep your eye out for Sultan. There he is, Mohammed Bashk. 119 average, 103 last lap. I think last means the fastest, but I'm not sure. There I am, third, 79 seconds. Fastest time this week has been, look, it's down at the bottom, 70, no, that's this month, 72 I think this week, so 79 is not bad at all. 1 and 2 were obviously professional racing drivers. Fastest time today is 72, and they got that 77, I got a 79. I don't know why that top one seems to be number 1, because look, I think I was second actually.